Hey, and good afternoon. I am so glad that you guys are joining me today for a session on digital marketing. I know, something that we got to do, right? I am Angela Brown, and for many of you, you are already familiar with me. But if you're just joining us for the first time, I've been a professional house cleaner for 25 years. And I started my business back in 1988. And after a few minutes, I started group coaching as well. And I started consulting with other cleaning companies that were with a 500-mile radius of where I worked because I didn't want anyone to compete with me in my own market. So I would travel and I would teach other cleaning companies how to do what I do. At the time, we didn't do digital marketing. That was not even in existence. We did not have websites. We did not have email. We did not have social media. So when I started my business, this is like way back when, and we had yellow page ads. That's how we ran our business. And we also worked off of word of mouth. So as our business has progressed over the many years, one of the things that we've learned and we've become accustomed to is digital marketing. Now, I hate to say this, but digital marketing is not going away. Okay. It's here to stay. It's the new way of doing business. It's not how I did business way back when because it didn't exist. But as technology has changed, I didn't want to embrace it. I was doing really well with my business. We were one of the top companies in North and South Carolina. We had a whole entire division in California. And so our company was just growing really rapidly across the country. We were one of the largest independently owned cleaning companies in the Carolinas and then moved into California. So we were doing really well. The catch was we were working off of referral only and word of mouth. Now, at the time, I didn't believe in websites. As websites started to come into fashion, I was like, I'm not doing a website because we're doing really well and I don't need one. But what I didn't realize is that the wave of the future would mean when somebody recommended us, the first thing people would do is they would grab their smartphones and they would start looking up a company online. Oh, what that means is even if you're working via referral only and you're working off of word of mouth, people are still going to search for you online. They want to see your ratings and reviews. They want to get frequently asked questions. They may even want to interact with a bot that's in the corner of your website. Okay. So what we're going to talk about today is we're going to talk about digital marketing and how it's changed a little bit and the reason why we have to be so embedded in social media marketing. And it's known as digital marketing. And we're going to talk on our next session about online advertising. But what I want to talk about today is I want to talk about the marketing that we do to lay the foundation so that every time we run an ad, every time that somebody recommends us, anytime that we pick up a new customer or a new client, that they find us online because we did our marketing correctly, right? Now, I'm a really big advocate for saving money in business because as we get started in our cleaning businesses, every penny we save is money that goes back to our bottom line. We have choices with what we can do with that money if we don't spend it. Okay. So what I want us to do is I want us to really become strategic about the ways we spend our time building our marketing and the marketing reach, like how far our marketing reaches so that when we actually spend the money for the advertising, that it makes that marketing dollar stretch even further, right? So I'm super excited about that. That's going to be a really fun topic. I want to say hi, how you guys doing today? Cynthia says, good afternoon, Miss Angela. Good afternoon to you too, Cynthia. Coco Puff says, hello, Angela. And then Coco Puff says, I'm trying to start my cleaning business, but so many obstacles in my way. Okay, awesome. I love the fact that you admit that there are obstacles in your way. My goal is to help you streamline those and to help you overcome those in an easy to do fashion. Okay, so I want you guys to jump in. We're going to talk about several different things today, and I want you to jump in and ask your questions as you go. And if you'll add a great big Q before your question at a quick glance, I can see if it's a question or if you're just having a chit chat with your neighbor. Okay, but be participants, like make notes and stuff here, and we'll go as far and as fast as we can. So what we're talking about today is digital marketing, and we're going to look at digital marketing, online presence, social media and the difference between social media and online presence, relationships as it relates to an online relationship with our customers. Like we have a face-to-face physical relationship when we go to a customer's house. But what is that relationship and how is it carried on online after we leave the customer's house, right? That's via ratings and reviews. It's via email marketing. It's via constant contact with our customers, even if they've fired us or even if they're no longer needing our service. Okay. There's an ongoing relationship we want to build. We're going to talk a little bit about SEO, and that's search engine optimization. Because if we can take the marketing that we're doing and search engine optimize it, we become the best user experience that the search engines will feed out to our customers or our prospects when they're looking for a cleaning service online. We're also going to talk about ratings and reviews. Reputation management is how we respond to ratings and reviews and how we respond to, I don't know, things people say about us online. Oh, we do get to have a voice in that, don't we? It's pretty cool. We're going to talk about email marketing. And even though many people are not using email as a main tool, we're going to, because it's still very much in effect and it's very, very easy and affordable to market via email. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about content marketing. Many of us are posting all kinds of stuff on social media, and many of you are way better at this than I am, which is awesome. But what we're going to do today is we're going to talk about the different types of content marketing and how we can streamline an entire year of content just like that. I know, it's pretty cool. We're going to talk about online ads, and briefly, we're going to do another whole entire session on ads, but today we're going to talk about it briefly to give you a couple of ideas. And then we're going to talk about analytics or tracking. And the analytics or tracking is important for us because if we don't track and measure our progress, how do we know if we're being successful? Okay. So let's get started. The first thing that I want to do is I want to talk about pull versus push marketing. Excuse me. Push marketing is known as advertising. These are advertising dollars that we spend. And for those of you that are listening while you're working, or for those of you that are listening to this on the replay, I'm going to read this for you so that you are familiar with push versus pull marketing terms. Okay. For the rest of what we're going to do forever is pull versus push marketing. So push marketing is paid advertising that a business pays to display its ads on platforms like Google, social media, or other websites to reach a larger audience and promote its products or services. So that is what we're going to refer to as push marketing. Now, if you can see my little slide here, what you're seeing is a tug of war. Imagine a few people pulling on a rope and a few people on the other end of the rope pulling it in their direction. Okay, that is a tug of war. That means on each end, someone is pulling. What happens when no one is on the other end? There's no tension. There's nothing to pull against. Okay, so what you're doing then is you would be pushing the rope. You would be pushing it if there's no one on the other end. So our goal with the pull marketing is we want to get somebody on the other end that's going to pull that rope so that we can rope them back in. We win the tug of war and we pull them back in. Okay. So we don't want to do push marketing. Push marketing is advertising, and we will do it because at some point it's necessary. But right now we want to do pull marketing where we pull people in. All right. So pull marketing is going to be our marketing efforts. And that is free advertising. And that's when a business promotes itself without spending money using methods like social media posts, customer reviews, word of mouth, and listings on free online business directories. Okay. So pull marketing is not going to cost us money, but it's going to cost us time. And as we get our businesses started, many of us have more time than we do money. So what we're going to do in the beginning is we're going to spend a little bit of time and we're going to create marketing that's going to pull people into our business. And this is really important to realize because right now, as we're getting our businesses off the ground, if you spend a lot of money and you do a lot of push marketing, you might get a lot of business. But if the foundation doesn't exist, when everybody comes rolling into your business, there's not going to be anything there for them. Okay. We've had this happen again and again and again with business owners where they jump into business and they run a whole bunch of ads on Thumbtack or Angie or Google or Facebook Business or whatever. And then what happens is they get a whole bunch of people to come in and they don't have the staff to support it. They don't have the customer service to support it. They don't have the standard operating procedures to justify the prices that they're charging. And so what happens is the business slowly crumbles and they've got all this business and they've got all this work and they don't have a way, they don't have a structure in place to maximize that. Okay. So the marketing in the beginning is we want to create all the structures. We want to create everything in place and we want to create the marketing so that when we run those ads, people come back and there's a website and there's a Facebook page and there's a LinkedIn and there's a social media and there's a content calendar and there's a blog post and there's an ongoing email that stays in touch with the customers, right? There will be an infrastructure to grab that person and to nurture them through the process of if they're not ready to hire us today, when they are ready for a house cleaner, they'll hire us then. Okay. So just because we have an opening today doesn't mean everyone needs our service. And chances are the people that live near us probably already have a cleaning service. And so what we're asking them to do is we're asking them to give up their regular cleaning service and come over to us and hire us instead, right? But in order for us to do that, we have to have our infrastructures in place. So we're going to talk a little bit about that today, but what we're going to focus on is online digital media marketing. This is going to be the pull marketing. We're going to pull people into our marketing funnel. And when we pull them in, there's going to be a little bit of resistance, a little bit of tension, just like the tug of war. They're going to say, oh, the price is too high. I'm not ready to hire you yet. I already have a house cleaner, right? That's somebody on the other end. We caught them. They're on our rope now, and they're giving us a little bit of tension. Guess what that means? That means the tug of war game is in play. That doesn't mean give up and say, they don't need a house cleaner. They just said so. No, what it means is they're now on the rope. Yay, we caught them. It's just like fishing. You toss out the fishing reel and what happens? You let it loose. And then all of a sudden a fish bites. What do? You slowly reel it in. Because if you just yank it and pull it in, he might fall off or he might not come along for the ride, right? So we're going to slowly reel it in. And as we slowly reel that fishing hook in, what happens is we're pulling it closer to us. And as he gets really close, then we yank it and we say, we got you, right? So this is the game that we're playing in marketing. And we're going to make sure that we have a strategy for that so that it's just not all over the board. We don't want to just throw spaghetti at the wall and see if it sticks. None of us like that for cleaning up, right? But what we're going to do is we're going to do something with a strategy in mind. And that way it's not accidental. And every hour we spend, every dollar we spend, every project we outsource is going to pay us back in revenues because it will allow us to slowly reel in the customer and get someone on the other end of our tug of war rope so that we can slowly pull them in to our marketing. Okay. Do we have any questions on pull versus push marketing before we move on? Okay, we're going to go ahead and move on then. Jump in if you guys have questions. I want to answer them as we go. All right, so we're going to talk then for a second about digital marketing. Digital marketing for cleaning business owners involves using online channels and tools such as websites, social media, email, search engines, and this is all to attract new clients and build customer relationships and to promote cleaning services effectively. So let's talk for a little bit about each of those individual aspects, such as a website and social media. Okay. The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to talk about the social media, because social media is a friendly topic to all of us. All of us pretty much know about social media. Many of us have social media accounts. Many of us have posts that we post on a regular basis, before and after pictures, behind the scenes, things like that. So in the process of us creating a digital marketing strategy, we are going to be talking about social media, and we're going to be talking about owned media, earned media, and paid media. These are three different types of media that we're going to use in our social media and online media strategy. Okay. So for those of you that are reading, that are working while you're listening to this, the owned media refers to digital assets that a business owns and controls, such as its website, social media profiles, email lists used to communicate directly with customers and build its brand. So if I jump onto Facebook and I make a post, that is owned media. I own that. I'm in control of what I just said. Okay. We want to be in control of the message that we put out online. So when I make a post, when I make a blog, when I make a newsletter, when I send out an email to my customers, when I create, and this is offline media, when I create a flyer that I leave with my checklist at a customer's house, that is owned media. Okay. I own that as a business owner. I own that. I get to control and craft my own message with owned media. The second part of the media strategy is earned media. Earned media refers to the exposure a business gains through word of mouth, customer reviews, social media shares, mentions in the press, and it's generated by others without paid advertising. That's the description. Okay. What that means is if I, for some reason, make a social media post and you like it and you share it with someone else, that is earned media. Okay. Here's how this works. I made a post that's owned media. I control that post. I control the message that's in that. Once you share that message, I have no control over what you're going to say. You can take my message and you can add to it. You can say, hey, check it out. Angela posted this online. When you repost something that I said, that is earned media for me. Okay. It's earned media. I earned that media. Now, that goes both ways. So if, for example, you say something really bad or nasty online to somebody and they repost that, that's also earned media. And the reason I bring that up is because whether you like it or not, you earned it. You didn't pay for it. And because you no longer own it, whoever shares it can say whatever they want. They can take it out of context. They can add to it. They can say, what a jerk, check this out, right? Or they can say, oh my goodness, look, this is so amazing. My house cleaner did this. And then they repost it. So we want to be really careful as we move forward. And your digital marketing strategy is going to include, and we'll talk about this later on, reputation management. And that is what happens when your message gets out and you have earned media and somebody adds their own 2 cents to that. What happens then? Because you no longer control the message. Okay. So we have owned media, earned media, and then we have paid media. The paid media is it refers to any form of advertising where a business pays to promote its content and services, such as through Google Ads, social media ads, or sponsored posts to reach a larger audience. So, for example, let's say that I post something on Facebook and I boost that post. Okay, I own the post, it's owned media, but then I paid to boost it. So I take owned media and I paid to boost it. Once I pay the money and I'm paying for advertising now, that's paid media. So what we want to do is we want to make sure that all of our owned media gets shared and becomes earned media, and that all of our paid media also gets shared and becomes earned media. So the end result is earned media, but we want to control the message. We want to control the message on owned media, and we want to control the message on our paid media, because we're going to be super careful about the words that we use and the message that we craft and the call to action that we want people to do at the end of our ads, right? So if we do all of those things correctly, they're going to get shared, they're going to get repeated, they're going to get passed along, they're going to get recommended, and that becomes earned media. So what we want to do right now is we want to focus all of our efforts, all of our online digital marketing efforts towards getting shared. Because if someone else shares it, that is the very best form of advertising you will ever find. And this is true. This goes all the way back hundreds of years. The best advertising you will ever have is word of mouth and referral advertising. We call it third-party endorsements. If you are at a computer right now or you're at your smartphone, write this down, third-party endorsement. It is the strongest form of ad you will ever have. Here's how it works. If you are on Nextdoor, you'll see this all the time. Someone says, hey, I'm looking for a cleaning service. Someone will jump in and say, oh, call Evelyn. She's my house cleaner. She does a great job, and this is her phone number. So if Evelyn jumps in and Evelyn says, hey, I'm the house cleaner and I do really great business, you should hire me, who are you going to call? Are you going to call Evelyn based on Evelyn's ad or based on the neighbor's ad who actually hired Evelyn? The question is, who do you believe first? Do you believe first party endorsement, which is Evelyn saying, I'm really good, you should hire me? Or do you believe the neighbor that hired her and was willing to pay her own money for Evelyn's service? The answer is you're willing to pay for Evelyn based on the neighbor's recommendation, not Evelyn's recommendation. So we want to remove ourselves from first party endorsements every chance we get. And we want to let the neighbors, our customers, our prospects, all the people that have done business with us, be the people that refer us, not us ourselves. If I spend all day and I write all these amazing ads, hire me, hire me, hire me. Do you hire me? Not really. Most of the time you're going to hire the person based off of someone else's recommendation. Okay. It's a third party endorsement. So we'll talk about that in a second. But the thing that I want us to focus on is what kind of message do we want the third party person to say? Okay. So we're going to craft messages that inspire people and we're going to train people how to recommend and refer us. So for example, when I put out a flyer in someone's mailbox or newspaper box, I'm going to say, I work by referral only. What I'm doing is I'm training my customer to say, I work by referral only. When they turn around and tell their neighbor, hey, I just got this flyer in the mail from this house cleaner who works by referral only, right? That's the message. And when they share that message, they're now endorsing this cleaner based on that flyer or that ad. If they pass on a text that they got, or they pass on a Facebook post, or they share a post or a Pinterest or a pin or a YouTube channel or whatever it is, if they pass something along on social media, they're going to say exactly what you trained them to say, right? So we want to make sure that all of our messaging is clear and concise and consistent. And we want to make sure that our message is the same message that our employees are sharing, that our customers are sharing, and that anybody who wants to hear about us, it's the same message. Because if the message gets convoluted, like, oh, this is a really great company, then they go online and they find a bunch of ratings and reviews where they're like, hey, this person's a jerk. That's not a consistent message, right? So all across the board, we want to create a really, really consistent message. All right. So our owned media, earned media, and paid media. Do we have any questions on those three before we move on? I want to make sure that if there are any questions that you guys jump in so that we don't move on without that. All right, the online presence refers to how visible and active a business is on the internet, including its website, social media profiles, listings on online directories, and it helps potential customers find and engage with the business. So the question is this: if I go to Facebook right now and I look up your business, do you have a Facebook page? Am I going to find your business and know exactly what you do based on your Facebook business page? If the answer is no, and it's not very clear, make a note to yourself to just update and refresh your Facebook business page. If I go to Google and I type in your business name, am I going to find you? And the answer is, I don't know, maybe. If I type in cleaning service near me and I'm in your area or you're in my area, am I going to find you? The answer is, if you're not the first thing that pops up, you want to refresh your Google listing and your business page so that people can find you. All right, so let's talk for a second about online presence. The online presence is your web presence. What does your website look like? And that's a really, really great question because many of us are not strategic enough in the way that we set up our website. So the first thing that we're going to look at is the URL. I've got a slide here in front of me for those of you that are following along, for those of you that are listening while you're working. The URL is going to be the most important part of your website, the most important part. That is your home address. Your home address for which everybody anywhere on the internet will find you is your URL. So your URL in a perfect world would have your company name. So if your company name, and my company name is Savvy Cleaner. And so if I'm Savvy Cleaner, my URL should be savvycleaner.com. Okay. And so if you have a business name, is your business name embedded into your URL? And if the answer is no, what else can you add? Maybe somebody took your business name. I don't know. But can you add your zip code into that, servicing this area? Okay. So it might be savvycleaner.com 32162. That would be the zip code that I'm in right now, right? So if somebody searches cleaning company in this zip code or cleaning company near me, that's going to pop up. Are you a cleaning service? If you are a cleaning service, the word cleaning or cleaner or maid service or cleaning lady or whatever the terms are that you use, something about cleaning should be in your URL. Because if your company is like beautifulhouses.com, is that a home decorating company? Is that a real estate company? What is that? So the word cleaning should be in there somewhere. Are you a cleaner? Are you a maid? Are you a maid service? What is it that you do? Right? And so the goal is to say what you do, who is it for, and what is the area in which you serve. So you're going to get as close to that as possible inside your URL. And along with that, your company name. So what is your company name? It might be Angela's Cleaning Service. Okay, that's great. Who is Angela? And maybe that's great because then somebody knows your name, but what they do know is it's a cleaning and it's a service. And I say that because if I just say cleaner, and cleaner is a good word if you're just a cleaner, but what is that a cleaner of? So are you a cleaner of, I don't know, a dental cleaner? Are you a cleaner of vehicles? Are you a house cleaner? Like what is it that you do? So you want to be very crystal clear about your company name and your URL. And in a perfect world, they would come together. Okay. So we want to make sure that as we're marketing online, we get the biggest bang for our buck. For your URL, you want to use keywords. You want to use descriptions. You want an explanation of what you do or a location. And so the location would be then the zip code, or it might be Charlotte's finest cleaning service. Okay, now we know you're in Charlotte. We know you're a cleaning service. We know you're the best, right? That's the description of what you do. You might be Charlotte's residential cleaning service or Charlotte's best home cleaning or something like that. Okay. So you want to use any of those combinations. You also want to use any of those combinations in your company name. And the reason this becomes really important is because we're going to be doing digital marketing that's going to be on Facebook. It's going to be on Google. It's going to be on all the different business directories. When somebody searches for those terms, we want to pop up. I want to stop for a second and I want to bring to your attention, this happens a lot in our Facebook groups. There are people that says, I don't want to be called a cleaning lady. Okay, that's fine. But if somebody is typing in cleaning lady, are you going to pop up? And so if they're looking for cleaning crew, are you going to pop up? If they're looking for maid service, are you going to pop up? If they're looking for residential cleaning, are you going to pop up? So what I want you to do, and part of your assignment for today, is to make a list of all the different keywords that you might use for someone to find you. And if on your website, on every page of your website, every blog, every explanation page, every frequently asked question page, if you will pepper those words in with, they're called peripheral keywords. If you'll pepper those words in with your message, cleaning service, residential cleaning, home cleaning, house cleaning, those kinds of things. When the search engines read your messages, every time you create a new message, it like sets off the algorithm. They're like, hey, there's new content here. It's going to go looking. And when you start using those words in all of your messaging, it's going to say, hey, we're still talking about residential cleaning. This is still the best user experience. Okay. So we want to use those keywords on a regular basis. And that is part of your online presence. And I'll share with you a clue. Even if you are inside a private Facebook group and it is a cleaning group, if you are talking about cleaning, even though it's a closed Facebook group and the search engines are not supposed to index it, I promise you this, they still do index it. So if you're talking about cleaning, when you say something like, when you go to a customer's house, if you say when you go to a cleaning customer's house, and you add the word cleaning back in, suddenly you become the best user experience, because in that group, if that group is about cleaning and you're talking about cleaning, you're still the best user experience as to some random person that's just talking about going to a customer's house. The search engine doesn't know if you're talking about cleaning or if in fact you are. And so if you'll still use and get familiar with and get in the habit of using peppering all of your conversations with those keywords about what it is you do, you will become the best user experience in that group. And so then your post gets added to the top as like one of the top contributors because it bumps it up to the top and it gets more visibility. So you want to make sure that, hey, what am I saying in this group? What am I saying online? What am I saying to this audience? And if it's about cleaning, it gets bumped to the top as a best user experience. Are there any questions about that so far? All right, the next one is website. We talked for a little bit about having a URL. Let's talk for a minute about the website. On your website, we want to make sure that you have your services listed, that you have frequently asked questions. You want to add your pricing, you want to add your contact and your endorsements. Let's go back for a minute to the frequently asked questions because this is a really, really big key when you put together your website. Let's say, for example, that I'm out working in the neighborhood. I pull up in my car is super clean. I've got my cleaning caddy, it's all organized. I get out of my car, I look super professional. I'm wearing my uniform, my hair is pulled back. I look like I'm clean and hygiene and all the things. And I go to clean a house. And a neighbor's like, hey, who is that? Oh, that's Angela. She's our cleaning lady. She's with Angela's Cleaning Service. And the person's like, whoa, Angela's Cleaning Service. While you're inside the house and the neighbor just kind of sort of recommended you, and it might be a prospect that recommended you, might not even be the person who hired you. This is a neighbor that saw you. That's Angela's Cleaning Service. They know who you are. Okay. That's a third party endorsement you didn't even earn. And I say that because they don't even know you. You haven't even worked for them. They just know who you are. Now, another neighbor takes that third party endorsement. They go online and they look you up. What they're looking for is they're looking for frequently asked questions. They got questions for you, but you're on a job right now. They're not going to interrupt you, but they want to know what is going on. So make sure that on your frequently asked questions page on your website, you answer anything that a perfect stranger would ask about your business. And if you're not sure, I invite you to grab a friend that doesn't know about your business, sit down and literally take your smartphone, turn it on record, and have a conversation. Say, ask me anything you want about my business. And as they ask you questions, those are questions that need to be turned into frequently asked questions for your website. Because if a perfect stranger, and I say a perfect stranger, a friend, a perfect stranger, somebody that doesn't know you very well or know what you do, if they're asking questions about your business, those are probably questions other people want to know. And if you have those questions answered on your website, somebody can get a lot of their questions answered before they call you and start saying, hey, like, are you good with pets? Don't waste your time answering that question 100 times. Literally, you're on a job right now, right? And so it's an important question, but let's have that on our frequently asked questions page. Let's make sure that's on our website. So that here's the cool thing. When the search engine indexes your website, what they're going to do is they're going to grab that URL. And let's say that your company is, I don't know, Evelyn's Happy Home Cleaning. Okay, Evelyn's Happy Home Cleaning. My question is she good with pets? And I need to know that because I have 4 pets. And so if she comes to my house, is she going to get along with my pets? But if I go to that website and there's a /pets, all of a sudden it says, wait a second, we're talking about pets. You open it up and there's a question. And the question is, hey, how are you with pets? It says, Evelyn has 4 dogs of her own. She walks her dogs every morning. There's a picture of Evelyn with her 4 dogs. She walks her dogs every morning. She understands little dogs and big dogs. And she has a real knack for being the dog whisperer. So if you have a dog in your home, she's a perfect house cleaner for you because she has dogs of her own and she understands pets. Okay, well, right now, that just raised Evelyn's website further above all the other websites in the area that mention nothing about pets. What is important about this? What's really important is because Evelyn has pets and she has an understanding for pets, she also uses cleaning supplies that are pet friendly so that your pets are not going to lick the floor and then get sick from some toxic chemical that you used, right? So by answering these questions, all things being equal, someone who has pets and those are their concerns, they go to your website and they see this. They're like, whoa, Evelyn is the house cleaner for me. And they get really excited because you answered their question before they even texted you to find out about price. Now, what's interesting about this is when they call you and they ask for price, that should not be a surprise to them because they've probably already gone through all your frequently asked questions. And it's justified a lot of the reasons why you charge the money that you charge. And I do like this because you might have a high price, right? So by having a high price, by charging affordably and competitively with everyone in your market, the frequently asked questions are going to rise you above your competition because other people may also be good with pets. But if it's not in their frequently asked questions and it's not on their website, we don't see a picture of them with their pets. We don't know if we can even assume that they're good with pets, right? So are you good with kids? Are you good with pets? Are you good around babies? Do you know how to clean while babies are sleeping? What are the messages that you want out in the marketplace? And many of us, and this is just no surprise, but many of us have learned how to clean quietly while there are people sleeping in the next room. And so, yes, if you know how to do that, put that on your website. Make that as one of your questions. While we prefer to clean while our customers are away, we know how to clean while children are napping in the other room. And so we can clean quietly. When they wake up, we can do all the vacuuming, and then we woke up no one from their naps. Make it a frequently asked question. Okay. So you have control over the messages that you share, is my point. All right. Any questions on websites or online presence before we move on from this topic? Feel free to jump in if you have a question, because I want to make sure we get that answered. The other thing that we want to include in our online presence, and there are two more things that we want to talk about real quick before we move on, is the services that we offer, and then also the directory. Cynthia says, please, is it right to discuss price with clients on the phone or on a walkthrough? Let me answer that really quickly. It is okay if you answer the question about price, because most people ultimately are going to ask about price. Can I afford your services? And so, yes, you can. And I recommend that you give them a range, because you're going to ask them a series of questions and they're going to ask you a series of questions. But your series of questions to them can already be answered if they go on your website and they see all the different things that you offer. So if you have a package of different services that you offer, they go, oh, that's a little bit out of my range, or that's a little bit out of my price. They're not going to call and just ask you for price. Because if they ask you, hey, how much does it cost to clean a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom house? That's a great question, but there are 20 more questions that go along with that. How many of those bedrooms are in use full time? How many bathrooms are connected to those bedrooms used full time? How many pets are in the house? What geographic location are you in? On a clutter scale, 1 to 10, how cluttered is the house, right? There are a lot of questions that are variables of the price I'm going to give you. So what you can say is, typically a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom house falls into this range. And the range is going to be based on the amount of time it takes to clean that house. So in the back of your mind, if it takes you 3 or 4 hours to clean that house, then you might add your 3 or 4 hour price and say, this is my range. So it's going to cost between $175 to $200 to clean that house. On average, it might be a little more, it might be a little less, depending on the variables. I'm going to be in your neighborhood in a few minutes. Do you mind if I drop by? I can take a look at your priorities. We can walk through your house together and I can give you a fair price. Is that fair? And they might say, sure, come on over. And if they say, no, you can't come over right now, I have availability right now. Can we do a quick walkthrough on Zoom or on FaceTime? And you can do a quick walkthrough right then, right there. And you can give them a more accurate price. So yes, you can talk price, but a lot of the questions they're going to ask you can be resolved on your website. And that's the reason for having a list of your services on your website. So what are the services that you offer? Maintenance clean, deep cleaning, mommy's helper package, seniors helper package, move in, move out cleaning, garage cleaning, attic cleaning, refrigerator package. Like, what is it that you offer? I don't know. Every company is a little different. But if you'll break down a menu of your services and say our average price for this, and it includes, like, let's say, for example, you have a 5-appliance package. The 5-appliance package is pretty standard. It's going to include 5 appliances. It's usually defrosting a freezer, cleaning out a fridge, cleaning out an oven or a stove range, cleaning out a dishwasher, cleaning out a garbage disposal. All of those are about the same amount of time. And I say about the same amount of time if it's a maintenance clean or if it's happened on a regular basis. you're going to be able to do like all 4 or 5 of those in about a 4-hour window on average. And so that price is going to be whatever your base price is. It might be like $300 for that package of 5. So that's going to be an average price. If it's like super, super icky, it might take a little longer, it might cost a little bit more money. But that's going to be a range, and you might have $300 to $400 range, right? That would be the range for this 5 appliance package. Once you have that on your website, when someone calls, they're not going to say, oh, $300, that's so much money. They're not going to freak out because it's already on your website. So they've already ruled out that they're not a good candidate for it, or that they are a good candidate for it based on the pricing and the services that you have. Now, a lot of people ask me, should I put my prices online? Because like, what if another house cleaner in my area steals my pricing? Well, that's okay, because there are like, I don't know, 158 million homes in America. That's a lot of homes, right? And so I don't know if somebody in your local area steals your pricing and they also do 5 appliances for $300. Do you think that they're going to take all your business away? The answer is no. There's still a whole lot of homes for which you can clean, right? So one thing that I want you to think of is if your services are listed and you have your pricing and it's like a menu of options people can purchase, it's like going on Amazon. We go on Amazon and the pricing is there. And we look at all the different stuff that's available for something that we buy. And I mean, Walmart could say, well, we're not going to put our pricing online because like Amazon will see it and they'll steal it. No, people also shop Walmart just like they shop Amazon, right? So Amazon pricing, Walmart pricing, guess what? Target has stuff you can buy online. Their pricing is up there as well. Put your pricing up there and specify what you do. Show before and after pictures. Make it like a menu where people can just buy. Are they going to price shop? Yeah, they are. We do the same thing when we go to Amazon or Walmart or Target. We also price shop, right? But why do we choose one vendor over another? It's usually because the promise is clear. What is it that you're getting? And they say when the promise is clear, the price is easy. And what that means is somebody gave us more details, they gave us more information, they had better pictures, and their price was available to us, and that was the better user experience. So when we put our stuff online, and this is all about digital marketing, when you put your stuff online, are you the best user experience? Even if your neighbor steals the information and they add it for their cleaning business, if your prices are online and you have the better user experience, the search engines are going to feed you out to whoever's looking for that service and say, we think this is the best user experience. Somebody sees the pricing and they're like, you know what, I can afford that. Or I can't quite afford that. I'm going to have to move some stuff around in my budget so that I can afford it. How many times have we gone online, we see something, we're like, I got to have that, and we don't have the money? What do? We don't just, well, I guess I can't have it. No, we're like, where can I get the money? All right, I'll cut my shoe budget. I'll cut my food budget. I'll cut my clothing budget. I'll cut my education budget, whatever it is, because I want that thing, right? We make adjustments because we want that thing. If someone needs a cleaning service or their mother-in-law is coming to town and the mother-in-law is always on them about their house is not clean or whatever, if they want something bad enough, they're going to adjust monies around so they can get it. So the answer is make your services, make the menu of your services part of your online digital marketing package. And you can use that in a multiplicity of different ways. But if you do not have a menu and you do not have your services broken down, you can't sell it. And then people are going to text you. They're going to say, hey, do you do this? And you're going to go, yes, I do. And then you're going to be answering the same questions over and over and over and over again. Don't answer them on your phone. Don't answer them on your phone. Answer them online in your frequently asked questions on your website. All right, before we move on from online presence, and go ahead and throw your questions up here if you have any questions on online presence. One other place that we have online presence is through business directories, also known as business citations. This is really important because there are a lot of places like Google Business, Yelp, House Cleaning 360, Angie's List, Thumbtack, whatever. There are a whole bunch of places that have businesses that are listed. So if somebody says house cleaning service near me, do you pop up? Are you on Nextdoor? Are you on Facebook? There are a lot of places you can list your business with your address, with your hours, with your digital information free of charge. It costs you nothing for the listing. What happens is every time your business is listed somewhere and the search engines index it, they're going to say, wait a second, here is, and Cynthia says, thank you. Cynthia, what is the name of your business? I'm curious. If you have a business and somebody's looking for the business near you and it pops up on Yelp and it pops up on Google and it pops up on Facebook and it pops up, what happens is it starts indexing it all together. And it says, hey, wait a second, this is a really strong business. I've indexed it in 8 different places online. So if there's a cleaning service that's found one place online and a business that's listed in 8 different places online, what is the best user experience? The search engine is going to say the one that has 8 citation listings that are all across the board. It's a bigger business, I think, because it's in 8 different places, right? But what you have to do to make sure that it's exact is the phone number has to be exactly the same. The business name has to be exactly the same. And so when you're doing search engine optimization, which is something we're going to talk about in a second, what is really important is that your business is listed the same. So for example, my company is called Savvy Cleaner Training, LLC. That's not what we're doing our business as. We've done a DBA doing business as Savvy Cleaner. Okay. So our company is going to be called Savvy Cleaner. So in all the listings, we want to be Savvy Cleaner, and it's going to be on Yelp and Facebook and YouTube and all the different places. It's going to have the same name everywhere you go, right? The reason we're indexing it the same is because we want to tell the search engine it's the same business. If it's Savvy Cleaner Training over here and then Savvy Cleaner and then Savvy Cleaner doing business as, it's not going to know if it's the same business. So you want it to be consistent across the board. And then if it's inside your URL, then it's really consistent. And that will have the highest domain authority. Cynthia is Cindy J Cleaning Service on Facebook. All right, I love that. Cindy J Cleaning Service. So for this particular scenario, we want it to be Cindy J Cleaning Service on Yelp, on Nextdoor, on Facebook, on YouTube, on Google My Business, all the places. Those are all places we can list our business free of charge that will then index it together. And it will say, this is the best user experience, right? This is a business that's indexed everywhere using the exact same business name. So make sure that your phone number is the same, your address is the same. And I say your address. If you're using a PO box, and I recommend for your business, you get a PO box. You can have a physical address, but what you do is when you go to Google My Business, you're going to use your home address because you have to have a physical address. It won't let you do a PO box. So you use your home address. It's going to send you something in the mail. You're going to say, yes, here's my code. I'm a real business. And they go, yay, you're a real business. Once they approve you, you can go back in and you can hide your home address because you don't want to use your home address for your business. You can switch that over and say my business mailing address is the PO box. And then from then on through the rest of forever, everywhere you list your business citations, use your PO box. Okay. I'm in Charlotte, North Carolina, and I'm a PO box in Charlotte, North Carolina. That way people are not showing up at your house, but all the mail comes to you and indexed everywhere. It's going to say this is the same business from the same PO box. So it's still indexed everywhere, but now it's indexed with the company name, the PO box, the same phone number, all the things, right? Make it exactly consistent on all the business citations. Here's a clue. If you have a cancellation for house cleaning and you've already paid employees to show up for the day and now they're stranded, it's a last minute cancellation and they don't have anything to do, you can sit them in front of your computer and you can have them go online, search a whole bunch of business citations and do this. I'm not kidding, do this. Search for business directories and business citations, which is the term, and make sure that your business is listed. You can do a search for your company name, and if it doesn't pop up, add it. Add my business or claim my listing, claim my business. You can have them sit there, literally give them your address, your phone number, your name, whatever, how you want to be remembered, and have them add it in there because for the initial setup for that, somebody has to physically add it in there. Now, I will tell you that there's a service called Yext, Y-E-X-T. It's actually, I think it used to be the Yellow Pages indexed. Yext, Yellow Pages indexed is what that is, I think. And they will, for like $1,000, they will list your business in all of the indexes across the country. Okay. As long as you pay the $1,000, and I think it's $1,000 a year, or $2,000 a year, the prices vary and there's a salesperson involved and they're on commission and whatever. When you stop paying the money, all of your listings come down. Okay. So my recommendation is don't pay them. Pay one of your employees who's already on the clock, who doesn't have a job for the day because there was a cancellation. Pay them to sit there and actually index it so that when they add in the address, the phone number, and whatever, even if you never pay again for that service, it's still indexed in that website, in that directory listing. Okay. That way it'll index it with all the search engines and say this is the strongest, best business use. Does that make sense? And Cynthia says she actually just started last year. Yay! I love the fact that you're joining us on the training and that you're already working on your digital marketing. I think that is so cool. All right, any questions on business citations and business listings before we move on? I do want to say that many of the citation sites will charge you a fee. And you can add pictures of your business and whatever, and it's $39 a year or $69 a year, whatever. It's fine if you want to do that, but for the most part, there's also a free listing. So make sure you just take the free listing, and you can do the free listing while you're getting started in business. And if you find that there are other advantages to adding a paid listing at a later time, you can also do that. But just take the free listing for right now and just make sure you get your name out there to index your business. All right. So online presence. The next thing we're going to talk about is SEO. And SEO is how we utilize the indexing that we've already done, the websites that we've already done, all the social media that we've put out there. And SEO, or search engine optimization, is the process of improving a website so that it ranks higher in search engine results, making it easier for people to find you and your business online. So when we talk about search engine optimization, we're talking about, and this goes back to a couple things we've already talked about: on-page SEO, off-page SEO, local SEO, and global SEO. And I'll break that down for you. If we're talking about on-page SEO, we're talking about your website. So when you build a website, how we talked about the URL has your company name built into it.com. That is going to be SEO. That's going to be the highest domain authority. So for example, if my name is Angela Brown and I have the domain name angelabrown.com, that is going to be the highest domain authority. If we go looking for Angela Brown, we're going to go to angelabrown.com, right? Anything that comes after that, are we still talking about Angela Brown? If we're talking about a cleaning service, anything after that, it should still be talking about the cleaning service. So for Cindy J Cleaning Service, anything that comes after that / should still be talking about cleaning service. Does that make sense? So how we SEO this is, let's say Cindy J Cleaning Service is going to be talking about Move Out Clean. When we do the / Move Out Clean, that's going to be the name of the blog. And so what happens is the search engine says Move Out Clean. Who are we talking about? We're talking about Cindy J Cleaning Service / Move Out Clean. So whose Move Out Clean are we talking about? We're talking about Cindy J Cleaning Service, right? So the domain name is going to be your biggest SEO tool. Anything after that is going to be what's called a keyword. And so the keyword is going to be the next thing that indexes it in the search engine. So you want to make sure that when you are writing a blog, instead of your blog title being "How cool is that?" that doesn't mean anything to the search engine. What you want to say is a keyword that fits in with what you do. So if it's Cindy J Cleaning Service, the next word should be Mommy's Helper Package, or Senior Helper Package, or Move Out Clean, or Garage Cleaning, or Attic Cleaning, or Christmas Decoration Cleaning, or whatever it is. Because then it goes back to, oh, Cindy J Cleaning Service does Christmas decorating, cleaning, right? Or Thanksgiving holiday cleanup, or something like that. The keywords will then follow the URL. Does that make sense? So we want to do keywords. The next thing that is important for the website, for on-page SEO, are the descriptions. And so when you have a website, and this is really cool because there are 2 pages to every website. If you use WordPress, for example, or you use Wix or whatever, there will be like a back page and a front page. So the back page is what the admin sees. The front page is what the world sees. So on the back page, there are little boxes. And we like to start at the top and go all the way down and go over and up. So if you'll fill out something in every box all the way down, start on the left side, go all the way down, then you're going to go over and you're going to come up on the right side. When you get up to the top, that's where you hit publish. So what happens is you go all the way down, you start with the URL. Right underneath the URL is called a permalink. The permalink is like the forward slash and whatever comes next. So what is the keyword that you're going to add in there? And I'll give you a clue. That keyword is going to be added 10 or 12 times on your website, on the back end, on the admin side. So if you go down, there's what's called a focus keyword. Like if this website was only known for one thing, what would it be? Now we're already on Cindy J's cleaning service, but today we're talking about Move Out Clean. So all we're going to talk about on this page, is Move Out Cleaning. We're not going to talk about all the different services. We want to break up every service into its own separate page, because then we can have keywords for that one page. So if I have a question and I'm going to answer the one question, I want to answer it on one page. So this one is about Move Out Cleaning. So on the Move Out Cleaning is going to be my keyword. So it's going to say, what is your focus key phrase? It's going to be Move Out Cleaning. So it will say Cindy J Cleaning Service / Move Out Cleaning. What are we talking about? Move Out Cleaning. So there's what's called a header 1 and a header 2. In the header 1, that's going to be the title of my page. It's going to say Move Out Cleaning. So as we progress, you go down a website, you know how there are like little headers that kind of pop out at you with like new or subtopics? That's called a header 2. In the header 2, we're also going to add the words Move Out Cleaning. In those exact same words, Move Out Cleaning. So we're going to say Move Out Cleaning for beginners, Move Out Cleaning the last day of the move, or whatever. We're going to change it a little bit. We're going to add the keywords Move Out Cleaning. Then we talked about peppering your blog with peripheral keywords. A peripheral keyword is another way of saying the same thing. So let's say that we're writing a blog on Cynthia's website, talking about Move Out Cleaning. We're going to use terms like when you move, as you move in, Move Out Cleaning, last time cleaning, end of tenant cleaning, end of lease cleaning, clearing out your stuff. We're going to be using lots of phrases like that will then tell the search engine as it's reading the blog, we're still talking about the Move Out Cleaning. Okay. And then what happens is it says, this is the best user experience. We heard all about this topic from 15 different angles. We're still talking about Move Out Cleaning. That's the best user experience. At the end of your blog, we want to have a call to action. If you need Move Out Cleaning, call this number. Our company can help you. Right. So the call to action then is also going to have your keywords in it. So this is all considered on-page SEO. So on-page SEO is super important. We'll learn a little bit more about SEO at another time, but I just want you to start thinking in terms of what are the keywords and what am I trying to say in 1 or 2 words. And there are short keywords and long keywords, but the long keyword would be like Move Out Cleaning. That's a long keyword. That's 3 words grouped together. Whereas cleaning is just 1 keyword, right? So we have a little bit longer keywords, and there might even be a keyword phrase. That's also okay. We just want to make sure that you know and you're crystal clear about what message you're trying to send on every page of your website. Any questions on website on-page SEO before we move on? All right, the next one is off-page SEO, and this is backlinks and social signals. All right, this has been proven again and again and again. Backlinks are a really important and impressive way to get people to respond to the best user experience. So when we link to another website or another website links to us, that's called a backlink. And we get backlinks by either linking to someone or asking them, can you link back to us? So for example, let's say, for example, that I'm talking about a Move Out Cleaning and I'm talking about Move Out Cleaning service. Like let's say on a Move Out Clean, we rent a U-Haul truck. I'm making this up, but let's say that I use a U-Haul truck. I might link to U-Haul, recommending U-Haul, and I say, hey, I'm linking to you for this blog, I'm recommending you. Well, what happens when I add that U-Haul link and I use the words U-Haul, when I link to U-Haul's website, what happens is it sends what's called a ping, and it pings their website and it says, Angela is trying to connect to you because she's talking about move out cleaning. The website designer, the website master at U-Haul is going to look at this and say, oh, there's a cleaning service that's linking to us in terms of move out cleaning because people are packing up their stuff and they're moving away. Yes, we approve of that. That's okay. They're using this in a way that's not abusive or off topic. This does apply to us. So yes, we approve of that. So what happens then is when they approve that, it links back and it says, hey, they approved that. That's a legitimate link. That's okay. They approved of that. This is not spam. So if they approve of it, what happens then is it can improve your SEO. Another way to do it is you call U-Haul and you say, hey, can you link to my website? Now, there's no real incentive to link to U-Haul's website because they don't know you from Adam. Why are they going to link to your website? And if you have a high domain authority, a lot of people will do this. They just try to get you to link to their site for no good reason. You have to give them a good reason to link to your site, right? So a lot of times you can write them and say, hey, listen, we wrote this a really amazing blog about how we used U-Haul services during a move out clean where our customers packed up all their things. They were able to move it off site. So the house was empty and we were able to clean. Would you like to add this to your U-Haul website series of blogs? And then they say, yes, we would. And then it will say, hey, Cindy J's cleaning service recommends using U-Haul. And now they link to Cindy J's website, and that is a backlink that comes back to her website, right? So when you have other companies linking to your website, that raises your domain authority. There's a company called Moz, M-O-Z, and Moz has a free tool. If you go up to the top of the search bar, and I have, for today's session, I have a series of resources that I'm going to leave in the replay link where you can access all of the information that we have as far as going to check out Moz and some of the different things that we talked about today, all the different resources, so that you don't have to make notes. But Moz has a free tool. And what you do is you type in your domain name and it will tell you how many backlinks and what your domain authority is on a scale of 1 to 100. And at 100, you're like, awesome. That's like Facebook and Google and Amazon. All of those are like 100 on the Moz scale. Little businesses like ours might be 8 or 9 or 10 on the Moz scale of 1 to 100. But the higher your domain authority, the more valuable your website is in the terms of the search engines. And so if you have a higher domain authority, you're a better user experience. And the algorithm reading that whole domain authority is going to say Cindy J Cleaning Service is a better user experience. All things being equal, there are more connections here. And this is a better user experience if we recommend her above her competitors in this marketplace. So sometimes when you go to Google, for example, and you type in, cleaning services near me, a cleaning service will pop up in an organic search. That's not a paid ad. Why did that one pop up over others? And that's my question. If you start looking at those websites, like go to your own area, search the cleaning services and see what pops up organically, not paid search, but organically, and see what pops up and then try to decipher, why is this a better user experience? Why did this pop up of all the different websites that are available? Why did this one pop up? What are they doing right? Look through all their website. Look at the different services that they offer. Look at their pricing. Look at the way that their site is laid out. Do they answer frequently asked questions? Do they have pictures? Like, what is it about their website that's so dynamically different that they popped up as opposed to the competition? And then start implementing those little bits of ideas into your own website. Because the goal is you want to be the highest domain authority in an organic search. And I want to add emphasis to organic, because as long as I'm paying for advertising dollars, I can be at the top of the search engines. But the minute that I stop paying the advertising dollars, I tank in the search engines. And they're going to throw me back to page 23 or something of the Google search or Bing or whatever it is, if I'm not paying the big money. So I really want to make sure that I do my marketing first so that everything connects, so that I pop up organically at the top of the search engines. And if you are an organic search and you're up at the top without the paid advertising, It doesn't matter whether you pay or not. You're still going to be at the top of the organic search. As long as you follow all of the rules and the algorithmic changes, you're still going to be at the top of the search. Okay. And it will save you a ton of money if you'll figure that out. Okay. So anyway, that is on off page SEO, where you've got the backlinks and the social signals. Local SEO strategies, we talked about this real briefly. This is where you have the Google My Business, where you're listed in the local directories or the business citations, where you have Yelp ratings and reviews, that where when the search engines look for you, they're looking for different places you might pop up. Where is a common place that a cleaning business might pop up? It's going to be Nextdoor. It's going to be Yelp. It's going to be Google. It's going to be Bing. It's going to be where people left ratings and reviews. It's going to be Trustpilot. It's going to be some of these different places. If you have no ratings and reviews, it's going to try to connect the dots, but it's looking for that social proof. And so you want to make sure that you have social proof. And so what you might do is on your worksheets where you have your QR code, you might swap that out every print run. So let's say that you print 200 checklists. You might send everybody to Google. And then on the next print run, you might send everybody to Yelp. On the next print run, you might send everybody to House Cleaning 360 or whatever it is that you use, right? And that way there are a variety of different places where you're having customers leave ratings and reviews that then tag back in to your online presence. Does that make sense? It's part of your online digital strategy. Jonathan says, hi, Angela. Can we use AI or ChatGPT for writing blog pages or blog posts? Yes, you can. And I recommend that you do. I want you to think of AI in terms of it being another tool. It's like saying, can I use email to contact my customers? Yes, you can. It's a tool. Can I use the internet? Yes, you can. And so, yes, you can use AI. I really recommend that you get really familiar with using it and not using it only. Use it as like a first draft and then tweak it and make it your own. Okay. We want your own voice to come through in everything that you do, whether it's your website, whether it's your Q&A, whether it's your blog posts, whether it's your education. It doesn't matter what it is. You can use AI as your first draft. And I say that just to kind of get the wheels spinning and then go ahead and then say, oh, yes, this is what I want to say, and then really hone it and really tweak it and make it your own. Okay. But yeah, use every tool available to you. We have so many free tools right now that to say, well, I'm not using that for whatever reason is a fool's game. I remember when email came out and I was so excited because to get a letter all the way across the country took an entire week. And then waiting for someone to send the letter all the way back across the country took another week. And right now, within a couple of minutes, I can get a message all the way across the country and get a response in a couple of minutes. There are tools available to us during my business lifetime that have revolutionized the way we do business. If there's a new tool like AI that pops out at you, grab it and do everything you possibly can with it. Spin it every which direction you can to help you grow your business in a way that costs you less money and saves you time. Absolutely. Okay, so then the next thing is global SEO. And I want to talk about global SEO for just a second for the sheer fact that we have, again, tools available to us that we did not have in the past. YouTube, Pinterest, LinkedIn, those are all search engines. And so what does your business do on those different platforms? Many people are like, I don't do Pinterest. Why? It's a search engine. It's a search engine that can help people find you. Put your before and after pictures on Pinterest. It's a huge search engine and it's free. YouTube, you can make a little tiny short. It doesn't have to be even a long video. It can be a 15-second short. And you can index it and you can search engine optimize it. And the cool thing about YouTube is it's owned by Google. It's $1 billion algorithm just waiting for you to upload something, and it's absolutely free. It does not cost you any money to use YouTube. And what's really cool is you can add a 3-hour video if you want, and you don't have to pay for extra storage space because it's an extra long video. You can add a little video, a long video, lots of videos, lots of little short videos, lots of long videos. YouTube doesn't care. They don't charge you a dime to upload your videos. And so you can say anything you want about your business. If you want to get really savvy, you can go online. You can make a series of YouTube videos and do nothing but answer frequently asked questions about your business. Instead of having a frequently asked questions page on your website where you have like a little snippet, you can sit in front of something just like this where you hit record. You see, many people ask me, am I good with pets? Yes, I have 4 dogs of my own. You can make a little video about you with your 4 dogs, and then you put that little video link inside your frequently asked questions. And then the customers that go to your frequently asked questions page, they click on the video, and guess what? Here's what happens when you use YouTube. It's indexed, number 1, because you used your keywords. Number 2, you got views and visuals. The customers that don't know you suddenly get to see you out there walking your dogs and feeding your dogs and petting your dogs and rolling around on the floor with your dogs and having a good time. And they see you with your dogs with little Christmas hats on and y'all are having a good time. Suddenly they feel like they know, like, and trust you, and they haven't even hired you yet. Okay, now here's somebody. We'll go back to Evelyn. Evelyn has 4 dogs. And there's you with your dog. Jonathan, I'm going to pick on you for a second. Let's say Jonathan has 4 dogs. Jonathan has Christmas hats with his dogs, and they're out there Christmas caroling to the neighbor. All of a sudden, you've added a dimension to your business that Evelyn doesn't have. Evelyn just has 4 dogs. A minute ago, Evelyn was the best user experience. Suddenly, because of the help of YouTube, Jonathan became the best user experience. Not only does he clean and he has 4 dogs, but he even cleans his dog's teeth, right? Here's a little video of him brushing his dog's teeth. Okay, what we know now is we know it. Not only is he good with pets, but he's really, really good with pets. And he really values cleanliness even with pets, right? He takes care of his pets. So even if it's something personal, it doesn't all have to be about cleaning. But what happens is even with YouTube, now you can have a global SEO because every one of those keywords, every one of those little videos can be search engine optimized by using keywords specific. And I'll share something with you. How we talked about going down the left side of the page and crossing over and going up on the right side of the page and hitting publish. The formula is exactly the same when you post a video on YouTube. It is the exact same formula. You start at the top, you go all the way down, you cross over, you go all the way up to the top, and then you hit publish. All your keywords, your permalinks, all of your description, everything in there, your keywords, everything is just like that. You go in a counterclockwise circle and your search engine optimized at the end. There are tools, and the tool that we use, it's one of the best tools I've ever found for websites as well as YouTube. It's called TubeBuddy, and it's kind of like a pillowcase that goes over your YouTube channel where you have your YouTube studio, but this has a whole bunch of extra features. It's got like built-in keyword, little search index tools. It has suggestions. It writes via AI. It will write your headline for you. It can write your description for you. It can help you connect products that are for sale so that you can do affiliate marketing along with that. There's a whole bunch of stuff it can do. But if you'll use that, literally cut and paste and put that inside your blog, all the work is done for you, right? There are so many tools, and TubeBuddy has a free version. I forget what it is, but we've got the paid version because the paid version offers so much more, and it's like $40 a month. And you cannot pay an admin $40 a month to do the work that paid tool does for you. So there are paid tools and there are free tools. Use the free version and get really familiar with it. Use it for your blogs, use it for your online website, use it for your YouTube videos, use it for all the stuff that you're doing online. But just get really familiar with it. And then the minute you can afford to buy the paid version, because it offers you so much more and saves you so much more time, go ahead and buy the paid version. But that will save you a ton of search engine optimization learning. All right. Moving on to our digital strategy, content marketing. This comes back to Jonathan's question about can we use AI or ChatGPT for writing blog pages? Content marketing involves creating and sharing valuable content such as blog posts, videos, and social media updates to attract and engage a target audience, ultimately driving profitable customer actions. Okay, so content marketing, excuse me, for all intents and purposes, is blogs, it's videos, it's posts, and it's our customers' success. So let's talk about blogs for a second, because yes, we do want to use AI when we're creating blogs, but what should your blog say? Excuse me. And how often should you post? On your website, you want fresh market materials. And so if you have a website and you do nothing to it, it's going to become dormant after a minute, and the search engine is going to get bored and go away. But if you constantly add new stuff to it, it trips the algorithm and it wakes it up and it says, whoa, Jonathan just posted something new. I wonder what he said. So what you want to do is you want to add updates to your business. So you might have 365 days of updates in your business, and every day you might want to focus on something different. And you don't want the same thing over and over and over again, but what type of posts can you post? And as a business owner, we're super busy cleaning houses. We don't have time to post. So we want to create something on a little calendar that then gives us content on a regular basis. Because if we know what content is coming up, we can be on the lookout for it. So for example, excuse me, let's say that we have 5 employees. We can assign each of our employees a different aspect of our content. One of our customers, one of our employees, might be in charge of getting customer ratings and reviews. Like, you're in charge of compiling all the customer ratings and reviews. So if they have a cancellation and they have no work for today, sit them in front of a computer and have them gather all the customer ratings and reviews and pack them together in little packs. And the pack is either a social media post that you can post on social media. It can be a blog post that you post on your blog to wake up the search engine. And my recommendation is that you add a feature or a benefit along with the rating and review. That makes it into a little story or a little blog post or a little something that's going to answer someone else's question. So for example, let's say that you do move in, move out cleaning. And the question is it really expensive or can I afford it? Okay. In the back of every customer's mind, they're wondering, how expensive is this? They want to hire Jonathan. Jonathan needs to make a blog post for his website to like wake up the search engines. How is he going to answer that question? The first thing he's going to do is he's going to reach out to his existing customers and he's going to say, hey, I'm adding something to my website and I would like to feature a customer review of somebody who had a move in, move out cleaning. And he's going to target this to all of his customers who had and hired him for move in, move out cleanings. And you say, how do you know? Okay, how you know is you have a customer relationship management database. And if you don't have one, we're going to get you one. Okay. What we're going to do is we're going to start tracking all of our customers and we're going to give them a tag. This is called segmentation. With the segmentation, what we can do is we can say, this is a move out, move in, move out clean. And now we have a list. We can do a search, only move in, move out cleans. Now we have a whole list of all the customers that have only hired us for move in, move out cleans. If I send them an email, it's only going to the people that had move in, move out cleans. Now I'm doing a specific ask. I'm saying, hey, I'm updating my website. I'm writing a blog on move in, move out cleanings. Can any of you share a story with me that you would like to be featured on my website? Now, do you remember a minute ago how I said people want backlinks so that it raises the domain authority? When you feature someone else on your website, you're giving them a backlink. So a lot of people will say, yeah, pick me. I have a business and I want you to link to my website. I will write you a story that goes on your website in exchange for the backlink on mine. So what they do then is they say, oh yes, I hired Jonathan's company for a move in, move out clean. I was really worried about the cost. Now what's happening is you're talking about the cost because that's what you're trying to answer inside your blog post. How expensive is it? So the rating and review is going to say, I was really worried about the price and I heard that move in, move out cleaning is really expensive. But when I saw all the things that Jonathan's company offered and how they cleaned out all of the appliances and they cleaned underneath the stove and they cleaned underneath where the washing machine was. And after we moved our furniture away, all the baseboards were dirty and they cleaned all the baseboards and they vacuumed the areas where the carpet had been discolored because furniture had been on top of it. And they made everything look absolutely amazing. I realized not only was it affordable, but I got my money's worth. I would do this all over again in a heartbeat. What happens then is you answer the question, is it affordable or is it worth the money? You had a customer that added the third-party endorsement. Now you have a new blog post And you can draw a condensed version of that that you can add to, I don't know, Instagram, social media, whatever. One better than that is the customer can grab their smartphone and they can make a quick recording of them saying that exact thing. They can send you the recording and you can add that video on your blog post. You can add that video onto your YouTube. You can add that video and just do a transcription. There are a lot of AI services now that will do a transcription of a video. They don't even have to type anything out for you. They can just say it on a video. You transcribe it. That becomes your blog. Now you have the video version of it. You have an audio version of it. You see where I'm headed with this? You can get a lot of content from one rating and review in exchange for they get a backlink. And this comes from XYZ customer at this particular company or this particular customer that has a home-based business or something, right? So there are a lot of reasons people will help you with the ratings and reviews because they get a backlink in exchange and it solves a message for you and gives you a new blog post. So we do want blog posts that we want to add. All right, so it can be news, it can be updates, it can be education. And I say education because what you might want to do is you may want to create a blog post that educates your customers on your service. So you might say, hey, when we come to a customer's house, one of the things that takes us the most amount of time is picking up laundry. And so if you'll pick up all of the laundry in your house before we come, it will actually save you money because the house cleaner has to spend a lot of time picking up towels and clothing and pajamas and shoes and socks and all the things. And so you can educate your customers in a blog post. And then you say, oh, I never thought about that. I guess I could pick up my clothes before the house cleaner comes and that will save me money. Some people never knew. They just never thought about it. And so now that you've educated them, that would be a great blog post. And then it gives them information on how to work with you in a better way that then meets your expectations and it makes your job easier. So there are a lot of different ways you can write a blog post that will help not only you, but help your customers as well. Another way to do content marketing are stories. Stories, show and tell, product reviews, and how to. These are videos that we can create on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook Reels, whatever. We don't have to have all the same messaging, but you can have behind the scenes. And like one day a week, you can do a behind the scenes video. The next day, you can do a how-to video like, hey, here's how to use a dustpan. The next day, here's how to use a broom. You can also connect it with products. Lots of different places like TikTok and YouTube allow you to add product reviews. Hey, I bought this dustpan and it costs $5 on Amazon or whatever. You get to connect products to it. And when someone clicks on that product, you make a commission. So as part of your content, because you're going to create content anyway, why not be an affiliate and recommend a particular broom or a particular dustpan or a particular vacuum or a particular duster or a particular sponge or whatever it is that you're using. You make one video about a particular product. Here's how I use the product. Here's how I like the product. Here's how the product differs from other products on the market. Here's why I use it at home. And here's why I use it in my professional cleaning business. That little video now became a product review. So there are different types of products that we can create, different types of content, but the video is a really great one because it's a little video and lots of people like watching videos, and just doing a simple video will then give you more content for your arsenal of digital marketing. The next one are posts. Posts are easy to create. Posts can be for Instagram or Facebook or Pinterest or whatever. Lots of places accept posts. But eye-catching posts are in, okay? People want to see an eye-catching post. So if you go in and you're doing a job, before and after pictures are super. But what you can do is you can go into a job and say, on every job, I'm going to do a before. On every job, I'm going to do an after. You just get in the habit over and over and over and over of doing before and after pictures, even if you don't post them. In the event that you have a cancellation, you can grab that employee and put them in front of a computer. You can have them piece together all the before and after pictures. And if you use something like Google Images, you can categorize them all by day. So they can go in and say, oh, on this day, these are the before pictures, these are the after pictures. And literally it's chronologically already in an album. It's really easy to do, okay? So create a digital strategy. And what I want us to think of in terms of digital strategy, and we don't have a lot of time to talk about the different types of posts, we will go into that on a later day. But we do have thank you notes, testimonials, and like I said, adding features and benefits. It's a really great way to overcome objections when you add the features and benefits along with answering a question. So, for example, let's say that you were going to create a post and it's a customer success story about Mrs. Jones that hired you. She might say, thank you so much, Cindy J Cleaning Service, for coming to my house and cleaning out my attic. I'm just making this up. When you respond to that, you can say, thank you so much, Mrs. Peterson, for allowing us to come in and clean out your attic. We only usually clean out garages, and we're so thrilled for the variation in our schedule when we cleaned out your attic. What you did then is you said, thank you, we appreciate your business. You honored the review, and then you added to it. I want you to get in the habit of adding to it. What happened here is we typically only clean out garages. And now the person reading it is going to go, whoa, they clean out garages too? I didn't know that. So you added to the review by adding something that they didn't know. Okay. So get in the habit of responding in kind, which says, yay, we really appreciate your business. We're so grateful that, we got to service your account or whatever. And then add to it. Add something else that nobody knew. That way it's an extra feature, it's an extra add-on, it's an extra benefit that's going to make somebody reading that go, oh, wait a second, my house cleaner doesn't clean out garages or attics. I should call Cindy J's Cleaning Service. You see where I'm headed with that? We want to make sure that we add on to that. Okay, so how do we create a calendar and a schedule? We're going to create a to-do list. And the to-do list is going to, we won't get to the to-do list yet. Let me not do the to-do list yet. I want to jump into digital marketing for a second because we didn't talk about the different types of posts. We want to create a calendar, and the calendar is going to come from having a strategy. What we want to do is we want to create 14, and I have a list that I'm going to give you guys when we're done. We want to create 14 different types of social media packs that are going to be all about your digital marketing strategy. And you can break them down into a variety of different things, but it's going to include the testimonials that we talked about. It's going to include before and after pictures. It's going to include explanations of what the services are that you offer. It's going to include tips, like a cleaning tip. There are 14 different types that we're going to create. And in the event that you want to add a whole entire calendar year, what we can do is we can create 14 different types, 14 individual packs of 26. And the 26 is posting one every 2 weeks for the entire year. So if I post a before and after picture and I do that on Monday, every other Monday for 26 weeks, I'll have a before and after picture of a cleaning product that I did or a room that I cleaned. And so instead of doing a before and after picture every single day, which is going to get exhausting to someone, every other week times 26, that's a pack of 26 weeks. That fills up an entire calendar of every other Monday. Okay. So that's one every other Monday. On the other Monday, we might do a customer testimonial. So we would have 26 customer testimonials that we post every other Monday. So now all of our Mondays are filled. So imagine a calendar where you sit down for 364 days. And this is if you do a 14 schedule times 26 weeks. Okay. What happens is you get to fill up every other Monday will be one topic. Every other Tuesday will be a different topic. Every other Wednesday will be a different topic. And you go through all 14 of those. Okay, here's how it works. What you can do is you can go to a place like Fiverr.com, Fiverr.com. And I will leave in the notes, I will leave all the resources that we're talking about right now. But you can go to Fiverr and you can say, I'm looking for someone who can create for me a glossary of terms. And the glossary of terms are cleaning terms that we use that maybe somebody doesn't understand what the term means. I need the picture to have, I need the post to have a picture that explains what it is I'm talking about. And then it might be a short description and then my company logo, and these are my branding colors. We talked a couple of weeks ago about creating your company brand. Now, if you have your company brand and your brand kit already put together, because we already talked about this and this is pretty cool, you got your colors already established, you have your logo already established. What happens is with your code of ethics and your mission statement, all that stuff is in one place. You can hand that kit off to someone on Fiverr that's never met you. They don't know you from Adam. They can look at that really quickly and say, oh, and now I understand the scope of this business. I understand what they're trying to do. They can sit there and they can go to Chat GPT and they can pull up all the different glossary of terms that we use in the house cleaning business that maybe our customers don't understand. So, for example, what is a maintenance clean? Now, we call it a basic clean or a maintenance clean or a regular clean or whatever, but is it the same thing? And many customers don't know. And so they'll say, what is the difference between a maintenance clean, a basic clean, or a regular clean? Well, it's actually the same thing. But whatever you call it, that's what you call it. So you want to make sure that then you educate your customers. So that might be one post that you're going to post every other week. So what is the term that we're using in our business? And it might be a maintenance clean. 2 weeks later on the same day, what is a move out clean? 2 weeks later, what is a garage clean? 2 weeks later, what is a mommy's helper package? You see where I'm headed with this? And every one of those might be a little edutainment moment. Either it's a reel or it's a post or whatever, but you're going to have a total pack of 26 of those. By doing that, that gives you an entire calendar at a glance. So that instead of you sitting there waking up every day going, oh, what am I going to post on social media today? You look at the calendar and you say, hey, what do we have to post today? And then if you have a pack of 26 and you can hire somebody to do the pack of 26, or you can have your team members on a cancellation day sit down at a computer and create them for you. And the team members are great at doing this because most of them know social media. Most of them already know how to use a camera or a smartphone. Most of them know what business you're in. They know what your clients are looking for. Most of them have already seen you on social media. So it's kind of like a shoe-in, right? It's easy to do. Once you have that in place, what you can do is you can go ahead and you can use a program like Buffer or Social Pilot or Hootsuite or any of those other programs. And what it is a scheduler where you go in and you say, okay, on Twitter or X, every other Monday, I want to post something from this pack. And you can go and you can plan the entire year out. And you can literally do this. We call it TV work. While you're sitting in front of the TV and you're watching a TV show, you can sit there on a laptop and you can schedule out this one pack of 26 every other Monday for the rest of the year. And then you don't have to look at your social media for the rest of the year. And I don't mean don't look at it, but it's going to automatically every day, it's going to post something on your behalf. Then all you got to do is jump in for the engagements and you answer questions. And, if somebody likes something, then you participate. But you don't have to come up with the new content every single day. What's really cool about the scheduling software programs, and I'll leave a list of scheduling software programs in the replay notes. What's really cool about the scheduling software is when you're done with a year, you can also say, don't repeat this for 365 days. But at the end of 365 days, it will repeat if you tell it to. And what's cool about that is once you create an entire year of social media, a year later, it can repeat it. Who forgot that term from one whole year ago, right? So a year later, it pops back up again and somebody's going to go, oh yeah. And they're going to think they've seen it for the first time. So it's pretty cool because if you want, you can recycle it, or you could say, don't show it again for 2 years. So then every 2 years, maybe you have 2 years of content. Every 2 years, it repeats itself. So it doesn't have to be just a one-off that you never use again. But once you put it inside your calendar, you can schedule it out into the future so that it just plays like a CD, where at the end of the CD, how it starts over again. That's how it is, right? Any questions on the social media scheduling? I know it's kind of a big concept, but it'll save you hours of time. And it's pretty inexpensive to hire somebody else to do it if you decide you want to outsource it. With the social marketing strategy, we have two strategies. We have the advertising strategy and the social media strategy. The marketing strategy, which is going to be the free stuff, is we want to set our social media goals. We want to create the content calendar. We want to use the scheduling software. We do want to make sure that in the process, we still engage with the audience. And what I want to highlight is you don't also have to do this either. That's also an outsourceable task. So as your business gets really busy and you don't have time to do all the things, you can hire a social media manager that jumps in and interacts on all the different social media with your people that are asking questions and are responding. A couple of weeks ago, we talked about Text Expander, right? Text Expander is a program that once you type out your message, even someone that you hire can pull up that message and in your words, in your voice, they can cut and paste that message into an email, into a social media post, or into some online engagement so that it's you responding as you, the business owner, without you physically having to be there working inside your business. Okay. So the digital media strategy allows you to do your media marketing. You'll probably have to do it yourself the first time. We talked about the pull marketing where we're going to pull people in. We're going to end up pulling people into our business that are really good at social media. And those people we can hire to become extensions of us. They can jump in and they can answer our questions with the text expander. And the text expander is where you type the message in one time. And then because you have it one time, you don't have to keep retyping it every single time. You use a little tiny code, and that code is then going to pop up your whole entire message. And so every single time someone asks that question, either you or an AI bot can grab that message and then send it out again. So now technology is getting smarter and faster every single day as we go. But make it part of your digital marketing strategy to use the tools we have available to us to engage and interact and answer questions and respond to the customers and the prospects that are contacting you because they found you online, or they got a third-party endorsement from a friend on Nextdoor, they saw you on Yelp, they found you on Google, all the different places, right? So once they find you, you don't have to sit there and physically be answering every single question. Somebody mentioned to me the other day that when they started running Google ads, they felt like they were adding gasoline to their business because their business just went, it skyrocketed. But what the challenge was then was trying to keep up with all the back end things. And if you don't have all the back end things in place, what happens when you get bombarded with 1,600 emails a day? You're going to freak out and it's going to be really overwhelming. And you're going to feel like, what do I do now? Okay. So you want to have all your text expanders in place. You want to have your social media in place. You want to have all of your scheduled messages going out every single day, because the day will come when you will not have time to sit there and make a blog post. You will not have time to make a social media post. You will not have time to respond to the emails that come in. And so if you do that in advance and you set up a system that allows you then to do digital marketing on a regular basis, it's going to happen on automation. And that's what I want us to think of in terms of is automation. If we can automate the process, and I don't mean remove the human element from it. I mean, if we can automate the way that we do the business, it's going to be seamless and it's going to be easy. So that's what I want for us to focus on. All right. The next thing that I want us to see is email marketing. Email marketing is a huge, huge aspect of digital marketing. We talked earlier about having the ability to contact customers to ask for ratings and reviews based on a move-in, move-out clean. That is possible through email segmenting and through customer segmenting. Now, there's a program that we use at Savvy Cleaner, and we've used several over the years. We moved to one called Fluent CRM, and I love it because it integrates with the email marketing. It integrates with forms. It integrates with the pay system. It integrates with a lot of different things that we've replaced over time. But what it is this. A customer comes into your business, and the customer is someone. Okay. And I'm just going to make this up. Let's say her name is Denise. Denise is a new customer of mine. So Denise comes in, but what do we know about Denise? Denise has 2 dogs. So I'm going to give Denise a tag that says 2 dogs or dogs. We know Denise has dogs. All right, what else am I going to know about Denise? We know Denise is a biweekly customer. So I'm going to tag Denise with biweekly. It's going to be a tag that I tag Denise as. Denise lives in the Avalon neighborhood. So I'm going to tag Denise with the tag Avalon. Now, Denise is starting to rack up a lot of tags, but here's where it gets really cool. Let's say that I have a cancellation in the Avalon neighborhood, and I want to send out an email to everyone in the neighborhood that is a customer of ours. Say, hey, we had a cancellation in the Avalon neighborhood. We wonder if any of you would like to pick up an extra cleaning, or you have a special project you would like us to work on. Okay, now we're not targeting everyone. We're only targeting people in the Avalon neighborhood. Okay, gets cool. Let's say that we have a special only for dogs, families that have dogs, only for dogs. So now we can send out an email to everyone in the Avalon neighborhood that has dogs. And so Denise would pop up on the list because Denise has both of those tags. So suddenly we're segmenting our customer base based on things. So let's say that Denise hired us for garage cleaning. She gets a tag called garage. She hired us for attic cleaning. She gets a tag called attic. There are all different kinds of tags, and a customer can have hundreds and thousands of tags. But what happens is when you start to send an email, a specific email to a specific group of people, suddenly you can narrow your message down to that specific thing. So let's say, for example, that you have a spring cleaning that you're offering, and you're going to offer it during the month of December because you're trying to fill up January and February because those are typically slow months of the year. And you don't want to target people that are already on your spring cleaning list because they're already on your spring cleaning list. They're not going to buy from you again. What you want to do is you want to target everyone else that is not on your spring cleaning list. So what you can do is you can target and say, I want to target everyone in this geographical area or this particular neighborhood. Let's say the Avalon neighborhood. You want everyone in the Avalon neighborhood and exclude people that have the tag spring cleaning. It will only pop up people that have not hired you for spring cleaning. So now you can send them an email and say, hey, listen, we're going to be in the Avalon neighborhood from this, this window to this window during these 2 months. We have 11 slots available for deep cleaning, spring cleaning. Is this you? And what you've done now is you've targeted a specific neighborhood, a specific set of services to a specific group of people, right? This gets really exciting because it costs you nothing. Once you have your email marketing system set up, you create what's called a campaign. And the campaign is there's an email that's going to go out. And at the end of the email, I want something to happen. I want something to click. I want somebody to click on that email and say, yes, book us for an appointment. Or yes, we would like to know more information. Or what you might do is say, click on this link and I'm going to send you a list of things that we cover on our spring cleaning. And they might say, hey, I'm curious to know what that is. They say, yes, count me in. I would like to know more. So you can send them something for free. You can schedule a walkthrough. You can schedule a job. You can offer an opening where there was no opening before. Like maybe you had a series of cancellations, or maybe somebody bounced out after the holiday because money was tight. And now you got this huge gap or opening on your calendar. You can now start filling up those slots on your calendar with email marketing. So how often do you want to get in touch with your customers? The answer is at least once a month. All of your customers, if they've ever hired you, should hear from you at least once a month. If they hear from you once a month, it could be an update. It could be something new that's happening in your business. You could be introducing them to a new employee. You could be introducing them to a new independent contractor. You could be introducing them to a new service that you offer. You see where I'm headed with this? There are a lot of different ways that you can interact with your customers via email. So if you're not using email marketing, I want you to start thinking in terms of email marketing as a way to generate more online presence, because you can send through an email, click here, and you can send somebody to a website. They can go to your website. They can go to a place for ratings and reviews. They can go to a service that you offer, your menus page. They can go to a new video that you created. You see where I'm headed with this? It's an endless online digital media strategy if you have an email list and you start following that through. So I'm going to leave a list in the resources below. I'm also going to leave a list of the different email programs that we've used. And there are programs like MailChimp, Aweber, Constant Contact, ConvertKit. We've used many of them over the years. And the one that we've settled on is called Fluent CRM. And I like it the best because it integrates with a whole lot of things. And the difference is instead of your email being out here with a third party company that you pay to every month, it's online on your website. And so it integrates with everything on your website. In the event that you stop paying a service, whatever the service is, all of your email stuff just disappears into thin air. With the Fluent CRM, it's all on your website and you have access and you own all of your own contacts. They're all inside your own database. And so that way you can segment to your heart's content. But I do recommend creating a segmentation process immediately. Start categorizing all of your customers because how you interact with your customers will depend on the longevity of your business. So let's say that you have a one-off customer. They hire you for one job. They're never a one job. They are never a one-time job. Say, I'm going to put you on a wait list in the event that we're ever in your neighborhood again. We'll give you a call and give you first right of refusal. If you want that cleaning slot, it's yours. And they go, okay, great. You put them on an email list. Part of the form that you fill out when you do a walkthrough with a customer should include their email. What email do you prefer that I contact you on? And is it okay if I contact you with updates and discounts that we have available in our business? They go, yeah, that's fine. They'll give you their email account. Contact them at least once a month. Do we have any questions on email marketing before we move on? It's absolutely brilliant. When you start using email marketing, you will never look back. It's a game changer. Like I said, it costs nothing. Contests and upcoming promotions. I forgot about contests and upcoming promotions, but that's another thing that you can do in email marketing. If you create contests, your customers can submit their own before and after pictures. They can submit things that you then can use on social media. And so you can do that all via email as well. So that's a plus. And I will give you guys a copy of these slides. Online advertising is part of your digital media strategy. And we were talking mostly today primarily about digital media and ways that we do pull marketing instead of push marketing. One of the interesting things about the online advertising is you can boost. I can't even say this. You can boost a post. You can do Google ads. You can do Facebook ads. You can do YouTube ads. There's so many different platforms that allow you now to boost your visibility once you've created it. But you have to create it first. And if there's a strategy in place and there's a content calendar in place, you're going to know what's coming up when. And so let's say that you create a pack of 14 and it's 14 different topics times 26 weeks. One of those could be a paid ad where every other Thursday you do a paid ad, for example. So instead of paying every single day and making it really costly and expensive, you can have all of your other systems in place and as you start advertising, you can start with just like one post every 2 weeks. And as you start boosting a post or as you start doing that online strategy, you can start tracking the progress to see how it's working for you and to see if it makes sense for you to add in 2 days a week instead of one. So instead of just throwing money out there and hoping that some of it sticks, it can be a very strategic marketing approach. All right, I want to throw this open to questions. If you guys have questions about what we talked about today, we covered a lot of information about digital strategy. But what I want you to start thinking in terms of is, where are you online? Where are you? If we searched for your business today, would we find you? And what is your footprint online? And if you're not sure, Google your business. You're all in a geographical location. Google cleaning services near me. What pops up? Are you among those that pop up? If somebody does not type in the name of your business, but they type in residential cleaning services, do you pop up? And if not, why? If somebody does type in your business name, Are you the one that pops up? A lot of times we've used a business name and it may not even be indexed properly. If somebody searches for your business, are you the one that pops up, or is it something similar to you that pops up and it's like a redirect? Jonathan says, do you recommend running an ad all month? It depends on the ad that you're running, and it depends on why you're running the ad. It's going to all come down to digital strategy. If you're doing a deep cleaning for the month of February and January and February, you may want to run an ad all month during the month of November. And the reason I say that is because you don't want to wait until January or February to start running ads for that month. You want to start booking in November because you're in high demand and your schedule is filling up really fast. If you have it all booked out in advance, come January or February, you're going to be staffed properly for all the deep cleaning, and you're not going to be sitting there twiddling your thumbs going, oh, wow, it's after Christmas and every one of my customers just canceled. That happens a lot. January and February are traditionally the slowest months in the cleaning business. The summer months also become slow because people will go on vacation and they'll cancel while they're on vacation. And so if you start booking for summer months, like book all of your special packages, all of your like your garage cleanings and your attic cleanings and all that stuff, book those during the slowest times. You want to clean the attics during the winter months when it's not so hot and 100 degrees up in the attic. You want to do your garage cleanings in the summertime when you can open the doors and pull everything out, right? And it's nice and warm and it's not freezing cold. But when do you want to do those? And so you may want to run an ad 2 or 3 months prior to that so that your schedule is completely booked. Because I'll share this with you via email, via flyers that you leave. And next time we're going to talk about offline marketing strategies. An offline marketing strategy is where you leave a flyer with your checklist on a customer's countertop. And you say, hey, we're offering garage cleaning. When would you like to schedule yours? Many house cleaning companies don't offer garage cleaning. And if you do, there are other cleaning services that are customers that are not hiring you because they already have a cleaning service. But their cleaning service does not do garage cleaning. So you will get hired for a lot of special packages while you're there. Hey, by the way, while I'm here, we are also a cleaning service. I know you have a cleaning service, but would you like me to give you a walkthrough while I'm here? Find out your priorities and see if your pricing is in alignment with what you should be paying. Most people go, yeah, do a walkthrough and tell me. And when they see your packages, your maintenance clean, your deep cleaning, your special projects that you offer, they're going to go, whoa, my cleaning service doesn't offer those. And you will pick up a lot of business. And if you don't pick up business from that, oftentimes they'll put you on the back burner. And if their cleaning service ever cancels, the person moves away, they have a family emergency or something comes up, they're going to hire your company because you've already done the walkthrough. They already hired you for a job like the garage service, or they might just hire you back for a regular garage service every year. We've got a lot of customers that we only did special projects for year after year after year after year after year. And it was things like taking down all the Christmas decorations and cleaning up after, all the little pine needles and stuff that fell on the floor. That's for some customers, that's all we did for them. The Thanksgiving cleanup package, for some customers, that's all we ever did for them. They had their own cleaning services. The Mommy's Helper package, for some customers, that's all we ever did for them. And so you may not have a contract for full cleaning with a particular home, but you might only do special packages. And as soon as they've hired you for a special package, what they're telling you is, I'm good for this special package. So if you go and you do a patio project where you clean out all their patio furniture and their barbecue grill and you get everything ready for the spring and you clean out all the bee pollen off of all the screens, the window screens, just say, hey, listen, you're due for this again in the fall, or you're due for this again in the spring, and just come back year after year after year after year and book those appointments, because if they've hired you once, they're probably going to hire you again, So there are a whole bunch of different opportunities like that. Jonathan says, we've been running all month for online presence, so we keep getting new clients this way. And that's awesome. That's awesome. If you find something that's working, that's great. And I applaud that. What I want to make sure that you do, and this is to follow up with what we're doing today, make sure that when somebody clicks on your ad, that your website is all put together, that your social media is all put together, and make sure that every ad that you run has a very specific call to action. And I don't mean just an ad, but I mean anything that you do. Anything you do online should have a specific call to action. So at the end of a post, what do you want people to do? And ask yourself this question. I'm posting this on social media. What do I want them to do? Do I want them to give me a thumbs up? Do I want them to leave me a comment in the notes below? Do I want them to go to my website? Do I want them to buy something from me? Do I want them to recommend my service? Do I want them to follow and learn more? Like what do I want them to do? And then make that call to action part of your request. Like I made a poll today on social media and I asked 4 questions. And I said, how are you using this? And a bunch of people said, well, I'm using it this. And some of them responded and some of them left notes below. But my question was, how are you using this? I wanted a response from them. And I got lots of responses because I asked a specific question. And so if you don't ask a specific question, you can also say something like, learn more here, and then put your link. That's a call to action. I want you to click on the link, right? Or there's a follow button, or there's a thumbs up, or sometimes you can even create without saying anything. You can add a little thumbs up emoji on the post itself. And people give it a thumbs up emoji back, like, hey, there you go. You've seen on YouTube videos, there's a little pop-up that just says subscribe. That's a call to action. Even if they physically or audibly didn't say anything, the little subscribe button that pops up, what do they want you to do? They want you to subscribe. So there are different ways of making a call to action, but the goal is to have every single piece of media, email, post, pin, video, ad, make sure that there's a call to action, a clear call to action on every single one of those. All right, let's see. I have some homework for you. The homework that I want you to do between now and the time we speak again is this. If you haven't already, reserve your URL. Make sure that you have a URL that is in alignment with your company business. Make sure that it matches your company business so that when someone arrives at your URL, which is going to be the home of your business, that it says what you do and they know exactly, crystal clear, what it is you offer. Host your website. If you haven't already, Wix, WordPress, I forget all the different places, but there are lots of different places now that host websites. So get your website up and running. A lousy website is better than no website at all. Okay. If you don't have a website and you're brand spanking new to the cleaning business, get your website up already, because a lousy website is better than your competitor who has a lousy website. Okay. Make sure that you have a website so people can find you and the search engines can start indexing your progress. The next thing is list your business in business directories. We talked about this. Get your business up on Google, get it up on Yelp, get it up on Yext, or get it up on Facebook Marketplace or Pinterest or wherever. Every single place that offers free listings for businesses, make sure your business is listed. Okay. I mean, there are literally thousands of them, but find out in your area business directories that offer house cleaning, and then get your business listed on those sites. The next one is set up a CRM. That stands for Customer Relationship Management System. There are a lot of programs that are designed for house cleaners. There are things like Service Autopilot, Jobber, House Call Pro, Brilliant. There are lots of different places, ZenMaid. Make sure that you have a CRM. I know that at Savvy Cleaner, we use Fluent CRM, which is a customer relationship management system. But the key is you want to make sure that it has segmentation capabilities where you can start tagging your customers, because you want to segment your email lists, because that's going to be a huge online marketing effort for you. And like I said, it's absolutely free. It doesn't cost any money at all to segment your customers and to send them an email. So you want to make sure that you do that. All right, a content calendar. Make sure that you set up a content calendar. And I have a link. I don't know if I have the link with me. I hope I do. I would love to be able to give you the calendar. Here's a PDF. I have the PDF here. I'll paste this right here in the notes. I will also leave it inside the notes when we're done. But this PDF will show you the 14 different topics and then times 26 packs, so that you can either hire someone or you can do it on your free time, or you can outsource it to an employee on the days where you have a cancellation. You want to make sure that you have a content calendar and that you start posting stuff on a regular basis. And to create and schedule the content is the next step. And like I said, this is TV work. You can do this kind of with your, not full attention. Once your packs are created, you can sit there and use a scheduling software like Social Pilot or Hootsuite or Buffer or any of these other programs. And I'll leave a link to a list of those as well, so that you can start scheduling your content out so that it plays on auto replay day after day after day, every other week. That way, nobody gets monotonous of the stuff that you're doing. There's a variety to it. It's interesting, it's engaging, and it keeps your social media active and alive, and it keeps tripping the algorithm that your business is active and it's flowing while you're building your business. All right, so that is the digital marketing breakdown of how to stay active and visible while you're building your business. I love the fact that you guys joined me today. I'm super glad that we all have the chance to be online. This is an era where we can do so much more than when I started my business and we had to pay for all the advertising, including yellow page ads. Right now, you can just do so much for free. And that's the pull marketing, is where you build your business and you use free resources to get your business name out there so that you don't actually have to pay for the advertising. When you do pay for the advertising, it all connects because you've already built the foundation. Cynthia says, thank you so much for your teaching. I want to say thank you so much for joining me, you guys. Have a great day, and we'll see you again, same time, same place, 2 weeks from today. Until then, we will carry on our conversations in our Facebook groups. Take care and have a great one.